And we are up. All right. Peace and love, everyone. This is another edition of the Mind, Body, Energy, and Balance podcast. We okay, Flo?
Yes, we are.
Just testing everything, testing the mics, testing it all. Welcome to another episode. I am Samut, Mama Yoga Wellness, and we are welcoming our producer extraordinaire, Flaw 700. What's up, Flaw?
What's going on? Something, something a little different. Trying something a little different with the video.
Yeah.
Usually we're sitting across from the table, but now
Mhm.
we're doing it virtual. It's 2023. Might as well use the technology.
Yes, what is real? What is
Right,
not real?
right, right.
Yeah, so let's open our show giving praise and honor to our ancestors upon whose shoulders we stand. May all of the genius, the wisdom, the skill, the love that they imparted and that they attained while they were here be passed to us that we may share with the community at large that hears the sound of our voice and be better nourished and blessed for the blessings. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So usually we talk about a current event and put it in perspective in terms of mind, body, energy being in balance. Um, I haven't really focused on any current events, at this stage or today for this week. Anything you noticed that came up, Flaw, that you want to share,
Well,
possibly?
real quick,
Mm-hmm.
just to recap the previous episode, which is what I like to do.
Yeah.
Um, Last week's poll was, would you go 50-50 in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship? And right now, with 10 hours left, the polls are tied. No, it's 100% yes. It's yes. 50-50
Mm-hmm.
is kind of the thing that people are into these days and
Mm-hmm.
voted 50-50. Also, last week we touched on Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade's 50-50 situation, and we
Mm-hmm.
talked about this before we hit record that the reels on Instagram are really taking off, but it just seems like the people aren't really listening to the full 60 seconds of it.
Right, right, right.
Just saying, why don't you mind your business? And as I sit here and because I was here when you did it, I'm like, well, that's the point. That's what
Right.
we're trying to get everybody to understand is what works for them works for them. But
Mhm.
people attention spans, they're just
Mhm.
getting shorter and shorter to where you can't even give people 60 seconds of entertainment anymore. It has to be um real very brief. So
Yeah. No, you have to, yeah, the attention span is eroding. And I thought the topic last week was excellent. One of the topics we touched on. What I saw in the comments was people saying, I don't care about their business, you know, and true indeed, neither do I really, I think it really was me asking what y'all think about them going 50-50 that spawned those type of responses. The point is though, what works for you,
mhm.
and like you said, how does what you got going on in your life, how's that helping your relationship, how does that work for you, and that's the point. um but yeah, so 100% people is like, yeah, let's go 50-50.
Yeah, yeah. That- that's
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 what's
what
up.
we're yeah.
That's what's up. That's the time period we living in. That's all good. If that's what works for people, that's what works for folks. I have other people talking about some of the other things that we shared in terms of the chat GPT
Hmm.
and the whole avatar experience, that the chat GPT and AI, is coming onto the scene. It's already been onto the scene, like we said in that particular episode. Elon Musk stated, we're already part cyborg,
Hmm.
because of the dependence, the interdependence really, on of the cell phone and these screens, and us using the digital era so much is already infused in our energy, so to speak, right? So it is what it is, and people gonna feel how they feel, child. I'm not tripping about how somebody I don't even know me,
Mm.
their comments. We put it out there for people to comment on.
Right.
When the internet first opened up and blossomed and all of that, I would say don't put stuff, if you don't want people to know your business or what's going on with you, don't put it on social media, right? Because that, what you putting it out there for, if you don't want people to have comments on it, which is a dangerous kind of thing, because you open your world and what's going on with you you open that up to literally hundreds, if not thousands, of comments about your life that people don't have a full, well-rounded picture or understanding about. So same thing with these celebrities. They put their dynamics out here, like Gabby saying she and her man go 50-50 or whatever, for whatever that reason. People gonna comment on that. If you put it out there, people gonna have something to say about it, whatever. And that's the risk you take. You just have to decide whether it's going to matter to you or not.
Absolutely.
And if you want people, the other thing people do with their social media is it's like a diary, like people are really like writing like every single thing. Like back in the day, when a person would keep a journal or quote unquote a diary, you would write your feelings or your experiences of the day down in that diary or in that journal. You'd write them down, what situation took place and how you felt about the specific situation. But now social media posts for many people are, in fact, a way of journaling or a way of putting down, a diary. They're using it like a diary, and I find that to be a little odd for me, from my personal taste. Again, you're sharing every single thing that's happening with you to people that you don't even know or don't know you in a holistic way. Yeah.
Well, social media, we as a general public are kind of losing track of what it was for.
Mm-hmm.
It was really a way for family to stay
Mm-hmm.
in contact. So if you think about that, where your Facebook page, your Instagram page, your Twitter
Mm-hmm.
page
Mm-hmm.
is supposed to be family, then you can understand why you share certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But and I've been guilty of this as well, to where I had to do like a massive cleaning.
Yeah.
Why do I have thousands of people on my Facebook? Why do I have thousands of people? I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to like 300, and I barely talk to them.
Right.
But if we actually use the social medias for what they were for, then I can understand with some
Mm-hmm.
of the expressions that we use. But a lot of times we just it's a numbers game. Oh, I got 10,000, 5,000 for what?
Right.
So
Yeah, but from my perspective, you don't need that. You don't need 10,000 friends.
no,
If you have a business, then you need 10,000 customers.
hmm
But you don't need 10,000 friends, 10,000 people weighing in on your intimate aspects of your life, or just even your personality or things that you post or whatever. But again, that's contrary to, you know, the time period that we live in, um that's old school. What I'm saying is old school. You keep your circle tight and small and intimate. You cannot manage a circle of 10,000 friends. You just can't manage that many people intimately. But it is what it is. We're here in this digital age. We're doing what we do. It's all good. We got to just make the time period that we're living in work for us, you know.
and I'll say start going on your social medias and removing people.
Yeah.
Once again, I can speak for myself. I've done this where you
Mhm.
follow someone because of you might find them attractive or they made one post you like. And you
Mhm.
start to realize that this person is pretty annoying, and it's kind of
Yeah.
like, well, you're you're the one disrupting your peace. You follow
Mhm.
them.
Mhm.
Nobody asked you to follow this person, but every time
Mhm.
you go on the socials, your peace is disturbed because they said something that just blew your mind. And it's just like,
Mhm.
why do I follow this person? So go
Mhm.
onto your socials and start unfollowing people who don't serve you, who don't serve a purpose. Like I said, I went from a few thousand to around like 300.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still looking to get rid of some people
Out
right
of that 300.
now out of that 300. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead. Like it'll make you feel good. It'll make you feel better. Just go on
Mm-hmm.
socials and just get rid of them. Unless you, like you said, unless you're running a business,
Yeah.
unless you got a podcast, and then you
Yeah.
might want to create a separate page for your pod. My opinion, like create a
Mm-hmm.
separate page because that's where all of the strangers or the people who say they support you, they'll come, but they'll come in drones, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to bring that type of energy to your personal page. This is just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Because there are some people that say your brand, like keep
Mm-hmm.
everything on one page so everybody knows who you are and what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Some people that do say that.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I would keep it all separated. The social medias,
Right.
just to keep the peace in your personal life and your personal page.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. You got to separate it out. You really do because, like you say, you have people with trolley perspectives and trolley behaviors coming into your personal page and all of that. So your business or whatever your public offering, um, you know, should be separated from your personal, where you are, connecting with family and people you went to high school with and stuff like that. I totally get that, and I think that that's so cool, which is what Facebook initially was supposed to be. It's supposed to be networking and connecting with people that you went to college with. It was initially a college or school based platform, and then it kind of grew into all these